Hello guys, this is a deck review for SpellShifters, also known as my deck that I created, solely for the purpose of just, well, getting your opponent to lose his kind of edge in the game. So let's get started. First we have Dark Magician, the evil version, basically. Just so that you can get this guy out, basically. Next is Gravekeepers Visionary. You can normal summon this card by attributing 1 Gravekeeper monster. This card gains an additional 200 attack points for each Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard. But if this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can discard 1 Gravekeeper monster instead. So basically you're just giving him 200 more attack points just to keep him on the field. I'll be right back. Alright, back. Since this deck mostly has a lot of darks, well, except for Commandant and Defender, Dark Crown is pretty good because as soon as 3 monsters hit the grave, either 3 spies or 3 descendants, you'll be able to get it. Chief, just because it's a Gravekeeper and because you'll be able to use Monster Reborn if it was not banned. You would be able to use Monster Reborn when he's on the field, so it's still pretty good. And you'll be able to get another Gravekeeper monster from your graveyard. Still pretty good. Defender, because he's really good at protecting your spellcasters once a turn, or once he still has a spell counter. That's basically it. Next is Commandant, just get that quick, easy necrovalley. It's pretty good. Breaker, just to basically a pretty good attacker, but when your opponent has a face down, you basically get to pop it, so it's still pretty good. Next, we got 3 Descendants, because who doesn't like Descendant? Next, we got 3 Spies, because, you know, Gravekeepers, they need spies. Next, we got 3 Recruiters, because Recruiter is one of the best Gravekeepers to get more monsters onto the field, to your hand. Well, basically to get more monsters into your hand. Next, we got 1 Curse, because I felt like having a curse in there at one point. Next, we got Allure of Darkness, basically give you more draw power. Spellbook of Power, just give you more attack strength, I guess. Dark Hole, in case a situation gets too bad. Swords, in case it's really bad and you need protection for about 3 turns. Royal Tribute, in case you know they have Gores or Trag in their hand, you can get rid of it. Duality, in case you want that extra card. Steely, in case you don't have any monsters in your hand, but you have 2 Gravekeepers in your grave, you can be able to get it. Hand Destruction, you can chain it with Steely. Well, you can use Hand Destruction first, get 2 Gravekeepers into the grave. Then you can steal it to get back. Lower down your hand a little bit, I guess. Chain Energy, self-explanatory. Your opponent will try and use as much cards as you can just to pop it or something. And it'll just keep on wasting 500 life points. necrovalley, it's Gravekeepers. necrovalley is what they wanted. Trap Hole, Bottomless Trap Hole, Rite of Spirit. Mirror Force, Sacrifice to Armor, Starlight Road. Compulse, Spellbinding Circle, Dark Bribe. You all know what these are supposed to be for, so it doesn't really matter what I do. Since we got Starlight Road, and now we got Stardust Dragon. Starlight Road basically gets it out, so pretty cool. You also got Utopia Ray, 2 Utopias, Master Key Beetle, number 66, Black Ship of Corn, Roach, Alchemic Magician, Evil Swarm Nightmare, Rhinosaurus, 2 Leviathan Dragons, 1 Leviair, and 2 Zen Mainses. Now for the side deck, some of these cards are just because I want to test them out at some point, and some of them are just there just because I think they might be good in the deck. But starting over here is a new Gravekeeper they came out, known as Shenewa.
What?
You can tribute 3 monsters or 1 Gravekeeper monster to tribute summon this monster. When this card is normal summoned, you can apply a number of effects up to the number of Gravekeeper monsters that were tributed for the normal summon of this card. This card gains attack points equal to the combined levels of the tributed monsters times 100. Destroy all set monsters your opponent controls, and all face-up monsters your opponent controls lose 2,000 attack and defense points. That's a pretty good monster. I'll be right back. Now, without any further distractions, I put 2 Sinewas because I don't know if it's actually good in the main deck, but I definitely know it's pretty good in the side. BLS, self-explanatory. Darks, little lights, it's pretty self-explanatory. Envoy of the Twilight, I put that in there because I want to see if it's even as good as the Envoy at the beginning. So, yeah, that's why I put them in. Another Visionary, just because his effect's pretty good. Another Defender, just in case. Breaker as well, just in case, like, like you're against a deck and you're going to need it. Assailant, just in case you need it for necrovalley. And, yeah. Diffusion, Wave Motion, obviously, it's still really good. Magical Dimension, typical spellcasters use it, so that's why I put it in the deck. Necrovalley, just to have 2 in the deck. Secret Village of the Spellcasters, really good spell card, but if you have it on the field and your opponent just gets you, you're done. So that's it. Drop off is an easy trap card to use. As soon as your opponent draws a card, you can flip it up and go, nope, sorry, you lose your draw card. So still pretty good. Magician Circle. Wow, can't speak today. This card is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, when activate only when a spellcaster type monster declares an attack, each player can special summon one spellcaster type monster with 2,000 or less attack from their deck in face-up attack position. Now, the reason why this card's in the deck is because all of these, except for Dark Magician Knight and BLS and Envoy at the beginning, and Dark Armed are spellcasters. And last, but definitely not least, Machizer. Because you can activate only when you're a monster sent from the field to the graveyard, and you can select and destroy one monster on the field. You can activate this card during the damage step. I don't know what it would do actually during the damage step though, but you're welcome to try. And that is it for SpellShifters 2.0. The reason why it's 2.0 is because I got one that was normal. And the other one is just because it's an upgraded model. This is the upgraded model. The other one's just an outdated model that never actually existed, technically. But yeah. So see you guys tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Goodbye, guys.